my podcast, episode 3, season 2. It's your boy CN.
It's your boy Downville.
Oh, see, we messed up on.
We're not in the room together, so it's like who goes next?
yeah. I'm watching through the screen like, is Don gonna say it? All right. But yeah, Trev, of course.
So, guys, as you can tell, we're having a new experience. We're quarantining, so this is something new for us. And I'm actually low key, I'm loving it because I get to do, different things in my space while we record. So I get to indulge in it and have some form of fun. But yeah, it's gonna be a wonderful episode. I mean, I would say this. I think this is gonna be a mind blowing episode. There's different things to talk about. I know after talking to Donville has some major issues and things that we need to probably discuss. Or probably I would like to say shed some light on. Trevor, Trevor, as much as I would like to continue, I'm gonna let you go.
All right. Well, I'm not gonna put in much detail because I don't want to put people business out there, right? So I just gotta say it. So I just tested positive for the COVID-19.
And Trevor,
I got
positive test for COVID.
I got the coronas. You know what I mean?
Dang.
But I'm what's the term? Asymptomatic.
Yeah, asymptomatic.
Yeah. So I don't have anything. Only thing I got right now is like a sore throat from those doctors sticking that swab down your nose. And I think he just pushed this mucus right into my throat. So it's like, all right, cool. I'm sick now, or sort of sick. I'm not claiming it, but yeah, it was difficult, but
yeah, I heard that. Intense.
So Trev, question. I've heard some people doing some different tests. So I want to make sure some people are doing the right test, right? Is it just like a mouth swab test that you do, or is it like as you say, it's just it goes a little bit beyond to the mucus plug thing?
Or goes like up the nose, right?
Yeah, it goes up there. It's like if you ever had the fever tests at the like a hospital or the urgent care, it's the same way. It's like they go all the way in your nose.
They go all the way
around
back
in there. Yo, back there. Like you feel like you want to sneeze, but you can't. It just hurts. But yeah, it just brings tears to your eyes. But once it's done, it's the one I went to is a 15-minute result one. So they just tell you in 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And
college or
no, this this is off of urgent care that's on Beachside.
Okay.
Yeah. Trevor, you drove where the rich people were to get the 15-minute run, dog?
I must find out where.
I hear you. Trevor's like, I need to know now. I need 15 minutes, guys. But Trev, I'm gonna say this, not to take away. I would like you to shed some light because I like the fact that you said the 15 minutes because I would think that a lot of people would not know that you can get a 15-minute test results, and for the people that don't know, Trevor, I would like if you could drop some information how you figured that one out.
I mean, it's basic research. Just Google, try to find who has the more rapid tests. But also, like, here comes the compulsory version of it. It's kind of weird because me and another family member is the only ones that caught it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And everyone else that been around the other family member way more all come up with negative tests.
Right.
Yeah.
And my wife brought up there's some information found online that a lot of these tests out there are not FDA approved.
Exactly. I was about to bring that up.
Yeah, there might be some that's only finding traces of a common cold, and the fever, but it's not. It's going to show the same kind of results when it comes to coronavirus. So who knows if this is even real or not? I want to go get a second opinion, but
yeah. Well, here's the thing that I heard about the test, Trev. It's like they're not testing for the coronavirus necessarily. They're testing for conditions that the coronavirus would thrive in. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah. So it's like one test in specific they brought up was actually testing for what was it? I think it was like acid in your body, something like that. Like
Uh-huh.
certain things within your body,
Yeah.
not necessarily a virus. So it's
Yo, yo,
and
that's
then and then
crazy.
on top of that, the tests, the the false positives and false negatives, they do occur. So it's like you're never 100% sure that your test is good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So, all right, guys. Not to put a stencil on it. What is our overall opinion now, Trev? You caught the coronavirus. You see how it's affecting your body. I would
Mm.
like you to give a general opinion what you really think about the disease and what impact it's really having on our society.
It's put in, I would say, from my opinion, it put a perspective, a little fear into me though, because you hearing the body counts and you hearing how it affects everyone else's body. So once you
Yeah.
now have a kind of idea that there's that same thing that put so much people down is in me too. I'm scared to be around, other people. Like I've been sheltered in my bedroom for like just it's 2 days now. I just found out yesterday, right? So
Yeah.
yeah, it brings fear. It brings, but like my health wise, it I feel okay. You know, I don't know if it's the mental to it that makes you feel like, oh, now you got coronavirus. Oh, I got a headache now. Oh, I got diarrhea. Like it's just I'm mentally creating all these symptoms now.
Yeah.
Because like before, like I was fine. I was like, all right, I don't got it. Whatever. If I got anything, I got the antibodies, right? Because I don't feel nothing. And like earlier this year, like my wife was going through some very traumatizing sickness that almost kind of similar to what we're hearing about the coronavirus now.
Mm-hmm.
And she's
Yep.
fine now. And then she got tested and she's negative, but now we got to get her tested to see if she has antibodies. Right?
Okay.
Yeah. So, because who knows, she might have had it and now she just make. I wouldn't say immune. There's no way you're going to be immune to it, but you have antibodies to help fight it, to help prove that your body was trying to get rid of it.
So,
But
Trev, this is something crazy, because they say there's an immunity to it. Because most time you catch a common cold, they say you don't catch the same cold twice, because
right.
once you catch it, your body kind of builds up the antibody for that one. Now,
Yeah.
for you to think about the virus is constantly mutating, and I don't know the studies. I am not a scientist in the fact of what the coronavirus does, but Trev, to see you have it and to realize it hits close to home, like it's hit close to home before, but
Yeah.
this is close.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
feel me? You feel what I'm saying? Because Trev, you're an extension of my body. So for the fact that it hits you is like it hit me to some sense, and
Yeah. Yeah.
it's alarming. It's alarming in that sense. You
Yeah.
know?
Because we got friends that lost family members to it. You know what I mean? So it's like it's close, but you didn't even realize, hey, it's gonna be me next. You know what I mean? So it's a reality check too. Even though
Yeah.
like, but still it's hella unfair. I'm saying it in my wife's face. Um, she be the one going out, hanging out with friends, going to stores, all
Dang.
this kind of nonsense. I'm in the house by myself. Like, hey, when I come home, I shower. You know what I mean? Quick,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Because I don't know what's on me, right? But I
Yeah.
caught it. She didn't. Okay, all right, something's up.
But at the same time, Trev, you mentioned you were like you're inside the house and stuff. You got
Yeah,
to make sure you get outside and get that vitamin D, man. That sun is
Yeah.
is
Pause.
important, man. Like especially in the morning time, it's like
yeah,
the sun hits different in the morning time. So make sure you at least get that time outside. Just walk around, get some sunlight, fresh air. That's gonna help. You know what I'm saying? Build your body up. 'Cause you don't
yeah,
want to
yeah,
be stuck in the house. It's in the dark. That's like a breeding ground for sickness. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So
Exactly,
make
exactly.
sure you
Yeah,
get
we've been
outside.
doing it more now. Like
That's
we
good.
we take our morning walks or morning bike rides. You know, and just trying to get the sun early.
Yeah, man. I mean, while we're on the coronavirus topic, like, so I know we're in Florida, and it's been spiking as far as the amount of people that are getting the coronavirus. But I've had to like my kids are in summer camp now, and I've had to like go out, and I'm being more cautious and being more attentive to put my mask on
Yeah.
But yo, that mask is tough. Like it's hard to breathe, especially in the heat, man.
Oh yeah.
Oh my goodness, like it's hot. It's tough. But
Mm.
definitely, you know what I'm saying? I say it to all our listeners and even to y'all, man, put the mask on and make sure, you protect yourself and others. Just be responsible, it's the best thing to do.
Yeah.
Yes,
Exactly.
I mean, I'm not gonna say do as I say, but say as I do, because I've been out. I'm gonna say I've been guilty. I'm not wearing my mask, but seeing this hit so close to home, it makes you start thinking more. You know what I
Yep.
mean? And I would say this for our listeners out there, like, yo, um, not along with the conspiracy theories and all that. You know what I mean? Don't wait for it to hit home before you even go get tested. If you know what I'm saying? Like find out if you have it, if there's nobody close to you have it, just so you can get the process started of getting yourself better.
Yeah.
I'm not saying to take no vaccinations because I mean, as I say, I don't want to start rolling on conspiracy theories and what these medicine
Not
may
right
do to you.
now. Like, don't be the first one.
If you don't, sure, don't be the first guinea pigs, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Self
Don't
quarantine.
take vaccines. Like, yo, I don't care what they're doing.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
And that's on period because I mean, to think about it, guys, we just got to be safe. But the question is, you see, this is happening, and I mean, we're gonna talk about this in the state of Florida. Florida just got hit with the fact that we got to close down, I guess, bars and stuff again,
Yep.
and a lot of the companies is like, yo, on the real, we're not closing down. I don't care how rampant this thing is getting, we're not going to close down,
Yeah, because
right?
they're gonna be out of business, like for real, if they close down again. You
Yeah.
know?
It's gonna be a hard thing to recover again. Like a lot of these movie theaters, like they're not coming back. Like
Yeah,
Yeah.
what is
that's
it?
that's
AMC
that.
is bankrupt right now.
Yep.
Like it,
Yo,
it's it's gonna be a hard thing to come back from doing it again and still not being prepared for it again. Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't see it happening.
especially the theme parks. Like I know
mm,
this there's like we're gonna stay open. Universal's doing the same thing. So it's like if they have to close for another, month, 2 months, that's really gonna hurt them, especially in the summertime.
well, and it's the thing about we have people. A lot of people want to keep their employees and want to get their paychecks, right?
Yeah.
And in this moment, in in the way America functions on its dollar, and the fact that the value of the dollar is being hurt in this manner, it's hard. It's a lot. I want you to realize within the last couple of days where business technically open, and I'm talking from a trading perspective. You know what I mean? Not to tell anybody to go trading. But in a trading perspective, you've seen what's happened to the American dollar.
Yeah,
And I'm talking about its rise between its ups and its downs. Like in the last couple of days, the American dollar has moved. I mean, and I've been happy with its movement. You feel what I'm saying? But when
Yeah.
it stops moving again, it's different. And it's like, yo, we're at a retrospect where world economies are feeling it. I trade and I used to be like, yo, there's one thing you can't stop as a country from closing. And we're at the point where countries are closing. Like countries percentage of money is moving by the minuscule.
right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But that's just to show you how these things affects and is being affected. And I'm not sure. I think I've seen this. Don't quote me on it, guys. Please do not quote me. Do your research. I'm very big on doing your research. My wife was showing me something earlier about Donald Trump saying that rent and mortgages are going to be suspended for 5 months. You know what I mean? Based on the fact that this may ramp up again. And then right after that, we saw a press conference where he was like, well, I mean, COVID is going down because he's trying to limit testing. Now, it puts us in a space where at this moment, even even the rarest businesses don't even know what to do.
Yeah,
They really don't know what direction to turn.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. There's no security.
But
Oh,
that's
it's
that's
a tough
go
time.
down, Bill.
The problem with the whole like mortgage or rent thing is that we still owe the money. So it's just all you're doing is prolonging the
The
problem.
inevitable.
And the problem is like eventually people are gonna lose their homes and people are gonna get evicted. You know what I'm saying? So like even if you say, okay, you're not gonna owe rent for the next 5, 6 months or even a year, when that year hits, yo, it's really gonna hit the fan like hard. You know what I mean? So it's like
Yes.
I don't know. It's a gift and a curse. Like we can't get too comfortable with the stimulus checks and the uh the government assistance because like when those things stop, it's really gonna hurt. Like people are really gonna like
It,
it's hurting now, but people are really gonna feel the hurt of the economy. You know what I mean?
yeah.
If we don't recover by the time, and the thing is, even if we do recover, let's say we do recover, and people are back 6 months on their mortgage, what does that mean then? Like,
Mm-hmm.
are you
Because
gonna
you're right. Because the
how much
bank ain't gonna wait.
how much time the bank gonna give you to pay that money up? You know what I mean? So you're gonna be making even more payments on top of what you make on the regular, and then let's say you just got back to work. But I mean, one thing I
Mm-hmm.
did see that Trump was talking about was just having like a assistance for people going back to work. So like, let's say you get back,
Mm-hmm.
the economy is moving again, you back into work, they'll give you like an extra $400 a week. Like I think something like that would be more beneficial because you know what I'm saying you have the security of a job, and then you're able to use that money to pay back debt and things like that.
And
So
but you see, I think I look at this in a two-sided coin because a lot of companies been pushing automated, and I think in this moment it's going to kind of show why their their funding and their push automated is going to be a little bit more stronger.
yeah,
So,
I mean we
e-
talked about that's the thing, like we
yeah,
talked about this topic last year.
Yeah.
yeah,
Like
we did.
I told y'all, like automation is taking over, like for real. So you're right, see, and these companies they are looking at automation. Like, hey, a lot of big corporations already have the infrastructure implemented to do it. Now
Mm-hmm.
they're just like, hey, let's put all our money into it. You know what I'm saying? Really
Yeah,
expand on automation, and it
yeah,
makes sense. You know, a lot of
that is
companies
true.
a lot of companies have invested into cloud based solutions or ramped up their cloud infrastructure, which allows for that remote worker to log in and do their job. You know,
Yeah,
so companies are looking at that stuff. You know, it's somebody's getting paid from it. You know, it's
Imagine.
somebody's doing well from the current economy. You know what's going on. The Zoom is doing well. You know, um,
yeah.
doing very well. There's some other I saw like one thing I was on. I did like this. It was like a Zoom, but it wasn't Zoom. I forgot the name of the company. Or I actually worked for
Mm-hmm.
it, but it was like
Yeah, I
Amanda
got it too.
Seals. It was Amanda Seals. She was doing like this smart funny and back concert, but it was like
Mm-hmm.
online. And the cool thing was, it was like a good. I want to say, dang, I want to say probably good 5 to 10,000 people. Yeah, I think it was about 10,000 people in this live concert thing. And she had like different rooms within the conference. So like you had a room for like booths for people that wanted to promote their business. That was pretty cool. You could chime in, talk to business owners. They had the main stage, which had like a DJ, what I'm saying, cutting records until the event started. And when the event started, like it was interactive. So like they had a chat going on. They had a poll so you could vote on stuff, and they had it to where you could like they could send out invitations, and you could actually pop up on the screen with her and like what I'm saying, talk and like she'll ask you questions and stuff like that. So it was really a really cool platform. You think of something like that, like originally that would be something she would do at a venue. Crap, I just muted myself. All right,
Yeah, you find out.
that was something she'll do at a venue. They'll charge her like what 20, 30,000 just to have the venue. You got to bring all these people in. People got to get dressed up, go to dinner. You know what I'm saying? You got to go to the spot, then drive
Yeah.
back home. Probably stop at a spot to eat. By the time you're done doing all that, you easily spent what I'm saying, $300 on a date easily.
Right.
For me, it was like, yo, let me purchase my ticket. It was like $10. Me and the wifey just sat down in our beds, chilled, watched the whole thing. Like we had a great time, and it was
Yes.
fun. I mean? So like different things like that are happening. It's like it's cool because people are finding new ways to still, have fun and still enjoy things.
Right,
So
right.
it's
I
definitely
mean, I would say this: a lot of different things what came out of what happened. I think it shows how a lot of corporation can be ran in different ways. I think it opened doors up for a lot of at-home businesses
yep.
in this time frame. I do like the versus thing. Not say I want to change the narrative and get us a little bit more positive vibe.
Yeah, versus has been good.
Right, okay, and I want to talk about the fact that the Jadakiss and the Fabulous that just happened. That was kind of lit. I enjoyed
I
that
like
very much. You know
Jada,
what?
Jada, stupid.
he was talking reckless. He was fun. But Fabulous definitely I think Fabulous definitely solidified the crown. Even though Jada Kiss, like he came with some hits
Hey,
hits. Like I think
like,
Fabulous just like he showed his consistency from
yeah.
like what 2001 till
Mhm.
now. It's like that's crazy.
A lot
That
of
is
people are giving Jada the win, so
really
like almost a
Yeah, Hot 97.
landslide win.
Yeah, it did. But
wow.
you got to remember, um, the audience for Fabulous and Jadakiss is different.
It
You know what
is.
I mean? So Donville said something very important. Fabulous show how he's been consistent over the years, which he has, right?
Yeah.
But in the sense that if you look at the base that they both cater to, Jadakiss they dominate the battle. But if you step outside of New York, you would see why more people is looking at Fabulous as a champion. You know what I mean? So I would say this from my perspective because I've listened to New York music. You know what I mean? I did think that Jadakiss did win by a landslide, but when you step outside of the New York audience, I did feel like Fabulous would have been the better artist at the moment
It
because worldwide, Fabulous would have a stronger name than Jadakiss does.
it all
Yeah.
depends on the exposure of which artist you were exposed to, because a lot of people was used to 106 in Park, back in the day, and you hear Fabulous on there all the time. I still
Yeah.
remember when his first track got premiered, featuring Nate Dogg, like that
Hmm.
went to number one within weeks. Like so,
Oh
it was that's what we was exposed to back then. But real people that's listening to that yeah, hip hop was
Hmm.
picking up Jada because they
yeah.
grew up
Yeah.
on flops.
Like Jadakiss did have hits on 106 in Park, but I think the thing with Fabulous is that, and Jada even mentioned it in the battle, like Fabulous, just he's a very likable person. So as far as
Yes.
getting features, like people just easily got him, let him get on their songs. You know what I'm saying? Like Jada Kiss was like, oh, he's about to play songs from the people that wouldn't pick up the phone calls from me. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying? Because it's
yeah,
like it's true. Like Fabulous is just a cool guy. Like everybody, he's cool with everybody in the industry, and that it helps a lot. Plus, when the whole down south hip hop thing happened, where like the South just blew up,
yeah.
like Fabulous really embraced the South, and then
Right.
he also really embraced like new hip hop artists as well.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that helped him too. But I mean, you
No.
got to admit, like Fabulous got some bars. Like, come on now.
No,
of course.
no, no. Well, no, it wasn't about bars. Because I would say this now, Bill. You were right. Fabulous bars to bars, they both got bars. But when that battle technically catered, it's like you remember how the Bounty Killer and Beat One thing would have been like, if you're a badman Jamaican, right, and you believe that the gang survives, you're gonna say Bounty Killer walk away with the championship, right? But if you
Yeah,
show for all the girl through them, which would have been the international part of the deal, Beanie Man would probably grab the crown a little bit more because Beanie Man had more international hits than Bounty Killer did. So I feel like that's how that battle kind of held. I did like it I did like it for the audience, and I like how they did do it in the sense, what I mean, they gave it the New York feel to it. I ain't gonna lie, I did go ahead and get my bounty. You know what I mean? I put on my jersey, I tied up, just so I can feel like I was authentic. The only thing I didn't get my dice game throwing, but if you know what I'm saying, New York, we give me
You
that
put the
shout
Timbs
out, keep
on.
that shit real.
You
Well,
ain't
I
put the
didn't get
Timbs
my
on.
I didn't get the Timbs. I got the work boots on because I want to make sure I got the steel toe on just in case I had to stomp somebody out. Straight New York style. If you know
okay.
what I'm saying? just talking about New York people, their clout and their love. You know what I mean? But I would say this. I do like where this is showing it, and I'm gonna say this: it's showing the power of social media now. You know what I mean? Because I guess we may have a little bit of political talk because I don't want to skip Jeffrey Epstein look at the situation because I watched the documentary and I do feel the way I feel. But it shows the power of social media. It shows the power of the internet. The internet has been the most dominating factor during each pandemic and each political decision that's been made the last couple months.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? YouTube stars has made more money because since they're home, you know what I mean, all they can do, all people's doing is watching YouTube. Fan only girls are raw stuff. You feel what I'm
Only
saying? I watch
fans.
OnlyFans. Thank you, Trev.
And only. We're
You
trying
feel what I'm saying?
That's a
to
new one.
man.
Yeah, yeah.
We're trying
You
to
know what I
get
mean?
you know?
And guys, just so you know, I don't know the rhetoric. You know what I mean? But it shows that I've seen people, and this is just me watching social media, so don't judge me. Girls are showing love for their husbands and their boyfriends who's been videotaping them in this endeavor, and I thought it was funny, but and me and my wife laughed about it because she was like, "Babe, you know, because fortunate for my wife, she's still working, hard working woman. You know
Right.
what I mean? It was she was like, it shows you that the creativity of the world has changed. You know what I mean? Because granted, she's not doing it, but I feel like, especially for strippers, and I'm gonna shout the strippers out. The strippers found a way to make some bread in this moment. You know what I
Speak,
mean?
speaking of which, like, would going back to nightclubs be would that make any sense anymore? If
Oh,
you
sure,
have
people want that.
websites,
Nah, I think you have to be crazy to go back to a nightclub. Real talk.
No. I know
Like,
you say you're crazy right now, but
bro, do you
people
understand how
urge for it.
dirty? Even before the coronavirus, do you like really? Nightclubs are mad dirty, yo.
oh yeah,
To
I,
go
I
now, I'm
mean, we know that.
paranoid. I'll be straight up paranoid to go now, man.
I mean, but that's what I'm saying. In the retrospect of you being paranoid is yes, but I've run into a lot of people who is definitely yearning to go out and be in a group setting. And I would say this not for me because I've enjoyed the party life. I don't want to say that I'm talking from an age perspective because I will go out every now and then on my personal feel. But
Yeah.
people still got the urges for different things. You know what I mean? Especially want to go out for that one moment because when the bar got open in Florida, like people ran out like, yo, I want to be at the bar. I just want to hang
they
out. You know what I mean? For that small moment. And I ain't gonna lie, I was like, look, what did you guys realize? The same stuff that you paid for in a bar, you can do at your house for free.
but
Very true.
they want the social aspect of it. They want to see new people, see the hot girl walking by, see the good looking dudes stand up, posting in the bar, buying them drinks, dancing in the club. Not one of them wearing a mask. They don't have to worry about what's going on in the outside world. They're just wondering what is happening tonight in this
But
club.
like, all right, so let's dive into that a little bit more. Cause I
Yeah,
was talking to like the younger generation, some people, and they were like, they don't even do clubs anymore. They don't really do that. Like they just be hanging out.
yeah.
Hmm.
Like, is y'all getting that same vibe from the younger generation?
Well, I would say this. A lot of the parties that you're talking about is the chilling and hanging out as moved to the home endeavor. I've heard more house parties
Yeah,
jumping off than anything else.
yeah, they're
But
more
when,
than
when, when you trade about when you trade a club downfield for a house party, technically it's the same thing. We're not going to talk about the messiness of it, right? But you're still talking about the whole fact of a coronavirus being spread in the same
that.
manner.
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
You know what I mean? So it is happening. But yes, in I would say this in Central Florida where we're more close to, the club scene has definitely been died out because I would say this. You see the urge of younger kids, and I'm happy to say this. We've seen the urge of younger kids' intelligence grow. I think that's why you see the protests where it is. Some people may be against it, some people may be for it, but you kind of see what it is. People are more standing tall for their ideals and differences. You know, what I mean, in the sense that a lot of people, I would say, used to go to club back in there on peer pressure because certain and certain and certain people is there. They want to be there. You know what
yeah.
I mean?
and that's like the only way. Like, cause you got to think back in the day, it's like that's the only way you could really even be around certain people because it's like, oh, they're at the club. You know what I'm saying? Like nowadays,
Yes.
I think social media has evolved so much. It's like if I like, I don't have to be at a club to get a girl. Like I could just be on her Instagram timeline, and be like, yo, what's up? You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
I hear
And
you.
like I could literally just talk to her from there. You know what I mean? Like before, it's like, oh, okay, who's her friends? Like, oh, they're gonna be where? Okay, let me get my boys. Let's meet up there.
Yeah.
Let's hang out. Let's chill. Like now, it's like you got direct access to people where you can be like, yo, oh, that's a cool picture. Blah blah blah. Like strike up a conversation so much easier.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, I get David. You said that one thing. I think that's why. I mean, you see, he said that even though the club scene has gone down, restaurant has grown. Or restaurant, sorry guys, has grown in its own sense because people was not going to the club, but people, as you said, were hanging out. And you've seen it now because I've gone out to a restaurant after the coronavirus and restaurant was open. And one of the favorite restaurants that I normally go to that used to have a lot of people, like you couldn't even like, make a reservation. Now it's like, well, you can't make a reservation, but we have to cut our staff in half and half of our facility is can't be used because every 2 or 3 tables, right, based on what the 8 feet rule is, I guess is considered, is now closed off. So you realize that you're in these restaurants with unused areas, and
Yeah.
and as a restaurant owner, you want to think about an unused table is a useless table. You know what
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
True.
So it is heard in two different retrospects. But Donald, before I let you loose, I'm not sure if you guys remember, but I did touch on the Jeffrey Epstein thing situation. Um,
I haven't
if
seen the
anybody's
documentary.
You haven't seen it yet, Trev?
No, but I mean, I heard his story prior to this. It's just I haven't sat there and watched the documentary yet.
All right, so not to be a killjoy for the documentary. I would like you to watch the documentary. The documentary will highlight a lot of interesting people. There's very much interesting person that the documentary didn't highlight is a very um, close companion of Jeffrey Epstein. Her name is Miss Maxwell. I can't spell her name. I think it's Ghislaine. It's Ghislaine, Ghislaine Maxwell, and she was very close in coercing a lot of these young ladies in the sense. I'm not saying because what you call it. I would like to say documentaries of plagiarism. If because I'm not sure she signed off on the information because when the documentary was released, they really couldn't get in contact with her for her to give her side of the story. So I mean, it's guilty till proven innocent or innocent till proven guilty, right?
Yeah, it's not
But
plagiarism. It's a way that they could still have information on someone, but they have to put a disclaimer that they didn't get their information from this person. The same thing they did for R. Kelly's one.
mm,
R. Kelly's team denied uh, providing any kind of information, but they were still able to provide that the two seasons of that.
he shrimp 2 seasons of it. I think they're
I
fine
want
way
to say
to reinvent that thing some more.
shoot, there probably is a fifth season. We just don't know about it yet.
Yeah, because the
Man,
saga
That man
continues.
was busy.
Too
that man,
busy, Trev. Too
man is
busy. It
done.
just shows you the power of money. But other than from Jeffrey Epstein is passed away, so his story. I mean, I guess you can't charge him, right? You can't slander his name because he's dead. So that's one thing. But Miss Maxwell has been caught by the FBI today. They
That's
went
right.
to fix her.
Yeah.
So I mean, she's in custody. They want to make sure she's get charged. And I would like to say this: these things is definitely show in male and female perspective. The reason why I want to highlight this is that people, especially, we have wives and daughters and female companions or friends who has daughters and, nieces and nephews and stuff like that. We got to be careful the type of people that we never leave around our family. You know what I mean? Because when you see certain people demeanor, and she's a beautiful woman, to even play a part in any form of that endeavor, right? It's very detrimental to any person's livelihood, to say the least. So I would like to say this, based on the information that I've seen so far, unless she has information to prove otherwise, and she didn't do it, which I would hope she do, because if she's not guilty, please clear your name. You know what I mean? But for what I've come to understand so far, I'm happy she's caught. You know what I mean? Miss Maxwell, if they do catch you and charge you the charge they need, anything that comes with trafficking of any part of human body needs to get cut off, and that's my personal opinion. So I personally want to highlight that.
Yeah, and I just want to add, seeing like this whole human trafficking thing, it's really, 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 really deep. Um, there's a lot of people involved too. It's not just like a one, two type person thing. Without me saying too much, but there are indictments out there for other people that are well known, and I think I just want to say September is going to be a very interesting month because
It,
somebody that we all know has to go to court and talk about
no,
some
Darville, talk the things, dog. Let
emails.
it loose, cause no, let it loose, dog. I want you to let it
I'm not
loose.
gonna say names, but I'm just gonna say somebody that we all know that's
All
a
right.
political figure
Mm.
has to go to court in September of this year and talk about some emails that tie into Jeffrey Epstein, tie into Anthony Weiner, tie into a lot of these sick politicians, and
Mm,
they're friends. So it's
yeah.
gonna come out, man. It's a lot of sick things going on. We like I feel like we've been just we as a collective as the culture has been
Mm,
talking about like black girls being missing and nobody's talking about it like
mm-hmm.
this is the type of stuff that happens to them and even white girls they go missing, what I'm saying, children they go missing in general,
Yeah.
nobody's talking about, they're getting trafficked into this stuff and it's sick, man. Like this lady right here, she was involved in her victims were as young as 14 years old. Like come on, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's sick to just even talk about it, but they have even younger kids that they have been abusing.
12-year-olds.
Sick stuff, man. Like it's
Because Darville, you're talking about stuff that they've heard about what happened on the American soil that they have record on, and you already can think about what goes on that island
Ooh, on the
prior.
in Haiti, in Africa, like all these places where these people talking about they're going to help and all these things. It's like yes, we can watch them if people come around our kids. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
If they're going to third world countries and saying, "Oh, we're helping" and all this craziness, like it's harder to watch what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
even with the stuff with the priests that happened in America,
Boy.
a lot of those priests they send over to South America and do the same thing. You know what I'm saying? But it's because in those countries people are less likely to say anything, so they get away with it even more. So it's a lot of crazy things that need to be just chopped down. To say
I
the least.
mean, that really says something crazy, because I mean, not to expand on and get too deep into religion, right? Religion is a dangerous tool
Yeah.
because if you're not in the sense that you're on your personal journey with the Lord and your journey is dictated by somebody of a mental, it changes a lot. You know what I mean? Because I've heard stories, right, of people who's got paid because they want to get silenced, and also of people who's given it up freely because the priest has asked, right? And because they feel so obligated and submissive to the priest, is like, okay, if this is what you want, I'll make sure gets done for you. You know what I
Mm.
mean? And it coercing their kids or other young kids for the priests to do these things
Wow.
because it takes more than one person to tango. Sometimes when they act like the priest has been doing this by himself, it's not. Because sometimes when them things is happening, people know. People don't do things downhill for 15, 20 years and don't have my wife's favorite word of cycles. You feel what I'm saying? Or small algorithms that they'll technically go through that makes their process. You know what I mean? A predator hunts based on how it gets its prey, right? And it has a couple of things. If you watch how a lion or a cheetah, right, they'll sniff you out. They'll wait till they sit here and watch you and they wait for the right second to pounce. You know what I mean? But they
Yep.
have a process that they go through, and these processes are consistent. You will see it when you watch every one of these pedophiles and rapists get caught, they all have a lot of similarities. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't have to idolize right now because I don't want to get too sick in detail in it, but they all got patterns. You know what I mean? And their patterns consistently repeats itself for years and years and years. So yeah, I want if really this is what y'all people is doing to people's daughters, I want y'all people to get caught. I mean, I'm gonna say something a little bit aggressive. You know what I mean? I would like y'all to get burned at the stake. You know, even so, do you like homie from Game of Thrones with the ball head? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Cut your things off.
Castration.
Yeah, I mean, if you understand now, though,
Yeah.
if you do stuff like that, you need castration. You need to be able to don't know the pleasures of men. You feel what I'm saying? Unreal. You feel what I'm saying? Castration on your genitals and take your hands away. You can't touch either, bro.
For real.
You feel me? You may can sniff, taste, and smell, but that's about it. But even then,
Mm.
you feel me? That's how that thing should go. But now on the political side, I think this political thing is crazy. I would like to say this.
Yeah.
I'm not
For
sure
real.
if anybody watch races or, if you ever watch a boring fight.
That's what it feels like, right?
Yeah, no, I'm
Like,
serious. Like, you ever watch you ever watch one of the pre-fights that you go out and be like, yo, all right, guys, I'm gonna need y'all to do not fight or hurry up and fight so life can go on. That's as bad as it sounds. I feel about
yeah,
the president
you talking about
election.
like that? You talking about like that first fight? Like homeboy just turned on the lights in the arena and somebody's fighting. Like, oh yeah,
Yeah, yo.
they ain't really paying attention. Like they talk,
People,
commentators talk about something else.
people just booking their tickets to get in there. Like,
Yeah, you
Yeah,
feel what I'm saying?
that's not.
It's like, who's fighting? Okay, okay, I can go to the concession stand to get some food.
yeah.
You
Yeah,
feel
yeah.
me?
Well, I'm aware of it tonight. It's
Yeah, you feel what I'm saying? We're waiting for the main event. But it's so sad to say that's what the president election feels right now.
uh, I don't know. I'm excited to see just because I'm excited to see who the VP is gonna be. That's like the big thing I'm looking forward to. Just to see what type of stunt they're gonna pull for the VP nomination. I know it's gonna
Hey,
be I know it's gonna be a black woman.
yeah,
Let's like come on now. We know it's gonna be a black woman. I just want to see if it's gonna be AOC or Kamala Harris.
AOC.
I don't think so.
AOC again. AOC ain't big enough for it because not to hurt AOC's
I think
credibility.
she probably in a couple of years she's gonna
Yeah,
even on that
she ain't
level.
political enough yet. She hasn't. I must say it's gonna
She's
sound
too
bad to
real.
say this. Well, it's not even that true. She hasn't sold her soul yet. You feel me? She hasn't
Not fully.
tormented. Not fully. She hasn't tormented enough people, right? She hasn't caused enough hurt. She hasn't held to destroy any form of a generation. You feel me? For
Just
her to
say
be
say it, Sian.
considered.
She's not the 33rd degree yet. Come on now.
Yeah, no, yeah.
We know.
If,
Yeah.
We know.
if you know what I'm saying, now she's not.
We know. We
Yeah,
know.
she ain't hold that degree yet.
Yeah.
That's really what that is.
Do y'all
You feel
think
what I'm
she might
saying?
be the difference? She might be the new wave, how politicians be looked at.
Not necessarily, because what I see with AOC is that she like there's a certain thing like they all kind of got to bow down and kiss the ring
Hmm.
Mhm.
to what I'm saying the old heads,
Mhm.
and she's not. She's like she's falling within that line to like
She got to
okay,
get on the umbrella, dog.
like she's listening to what the old heads are saying. Like if she was rebelling against them and be like nah, y'all doing this the wrong way, like I can understand, but it seems like as she's going along, she's more listening to the old heads and kind of just following suit. You know what I mean? So unfortunately, like I wish she would, what I'm saying, at least stand on her own too and kind of be
In
her own person, but it feels like she's just kind of
in the
going with
beginning,
the
it
pack.
was like that. Like it was like she don't follow the same trends as the old Democrats was doing. She still kind of has differences with what's her name, Pelosi,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but even with them, I couldn't understand how much problems this one party could have
Yeah.
inside itself.
Mr. Trev, this is crazy. When you look at the Democratic Party, it's bigger than the Republican Party, right?
Hmm.
It's bigger in a sense. And if you, I'm gonna bring up a very wonderful interview she had with a Hassan Minaj, is it, if I say it correctly?
Oh yeah, I
Uh,
watched that.
you feel what I'm saying? And he highlighted some things in front of her that you can tell she was uncomfortable with talking about in a sense, but she had no choice to address it, right?
Yeah,
When they talk about the big umbrella, right? Because in the Democratic Party, everybody got umbrellas. I mean, standing up outside a place, right? Like, okay, this is all of our causes, and they get down to the point, which is, as you can see, which they pointed out, and it makes more sense. Joe Biden really doesn't have a goal. His major goal that he's technically really has been pushing is that he's just going to beat Trump. He has nothing really to offer anyone. And at one point, it just didn't make any sense, like why he didn't have any narrative. Because when everybody else was fighting the narrative, he rode the middle horse.
Yeah.
yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? And I want to point that out. And it was uncomfortable to watch. And I'm gonna say this, guys. That's from my rhetoric. And you guys have heard me say it a couple of times. I'm a big Bernie fan. You know what I mean? Love me or hate me, call me whatever you want. You know what I mean? People out there, but I did think Bernie would have been a better nominee. But or a younger version of Bernie, if that's to say, at least if the Democratic Party could have somebody with a lot of his ideas with a little bit less age. You know what I mean? To
Yeah.
go there, but Biden doesn't have an agenda for the country technically at the moment. Their whole agenda that the Democratic Party was is like, how are we going to beat Trump? So when you get to the point right now where it's like, okay, my person that I'm trying to agree with is gone. This person's trying to agree with is gone. They just standing there now, and Biden's like, okay, guys, now I got the big umbrella. Everybody's dropped out.
Yeah,
So
but the problem
go
with
ahead.
Biden is that he, like you said, he doesn't have his own agenda. It now becomes like, okay, what does everybody want Biden to do? And he's down to do it. So
Hmm.
he's basically like he's turned into like the Democratic pawn. You know what I mean?
Yes, it is.
That's like that's a very scary place because it's like, hold up, what exactly is he gonna do if he gets if he gets into office? Like, what is he gonna do? Just listen to people? Like, that's scary. You know what I mean? Like,
But Donville, you said it. You said it. You said it very, very distinctive right there. Because the Republican Party does the same thing. It's a two-sided sword,
well,
right?
here's the thing with the Republican Party though. Trump does what Trump wants to do,
No, dog.
and then no, listen. Trump does what he wants to do, and all the Republicans are lining up to kiss the ring of Trump. Like, you gotta realize before when this whole election thing happened with Trump 4 years ago, like all the Republicans were like, "This guy's a joke. We
Yeah.
hate him." Blah blah
Yes,
blah.
you're right.
And
That's
now
right, Doctor. They
it's
also
not.
kiss the ring.
Now they come in and kiss the ring. Like, oh, we love him. You know what I'm saying? Look at what's his name? Paul Ryan, whatever.
Yeah.
He used to hate Trump. Now he loves Trump. You know what I'm saying?
Yo,
Like,
Donville,
come on
every
now.
one of them, Donville,
Take a bullet for that man.
no, every one of them talked against. Every one of them fell in
Yeah,
line.
This what was
Everybody
that?
fell in line.
What was that one politician? It's not Cruz.
Mitt
Who
Romney.
else? No, no, no. It was
Ted
after.
Cruz fell in line.
It was still with his election before everyone dropped out. It's not
Uh,
Rubio. Is
oh,
is it
Christie.
Rubio? You know, it's a guy. I forgot his name.
Oh, Christie. No, Christie is something like that from New Jersey.
No, no, no. He's from South. The one with the nose and what the one that Trump basically talked about the man's wife, and then
I think
all
it
of a
was
sudden,
Ted Cruz.
was that Cruz?
I think
I
it
Yeah,
think
was.
that is
yeah,
Cruz.
yeah.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah,
The way he talked about
yeah,
Cruz's
he was talking
people,
bad about him.
and then yet you had to kiss the ring after that. It's I don't know.
Yeah, and
I would have just quit politics. Like,
and
No,
the
I mean,
thing with Trump is like he's doing what he wants to do, and they're coming like, all right, we got your back, I guess. Like, we have to. But
they
like,
have to.
on the flip side, it's like if Biden wins, like Biden's gonna do what they want him to do. You know what I
That's
mean?
right.
yeah.
So,
But it's a Donville. That's what the whole ally thing is coming from right now, because you see how they're talking about. There's this big divide inside the Democratic Party. Biden
yeah,
has a lot of people he has to make happy if he needs the Democratic people to push him. And I'm using that word very distinctly, like because you can't make everybody happy.
exactly.
You
And for
cannot.
especially in 4 years, like that's
Yeah.
impossible.
You cannot make everybody happy. And some people narrative, right, is not going to be beneficial to another person's cause. And that's
Yeah.
where the difference is. And at this moment, at this time, I'm gonna say this, Davil, not to burst the bubble. And I guess I'm calling it. If I'm gambling, if I'm a gambling man, I may be gambling wrong right now,
Okay.
right? But I'm seeing Kamala Harris as his VP. I've
I think
seen. Go
you
ahead, Danville.
say you see Kamala Harris as his VP.
Yeah, I see that. That's a pick because right now,
I can see
who?
that happening, but I don't think that's going to be enough to get him in.
No.
It's
So
not
who?
because
So
first of
what
all,
black woman do you think he got left?
I don't know.
I said no. You got to think about it. It's a
I'm
very
just
good
sitting back
question.
watching the show. I'm like, I don't
No,
know.
Danville. That's the reason why. That's the reason why I talk about AOC. Now, if you take AOC, the divide in the Democratic Party with AOC right now is too strong.
Yeah,
She's not rubbing every Democrat the right way, right?
Well, see,
But
if it was her, she would be the rebellious
yes,
uh,
yeah.
VP that will inspire the youth, inspire other ones to say, "Hey, we don't have to follow the same format." Even though
nice,
she's slowly
Exactly.
going that way, but she represents new flow compared
Exactly.
to Biden. But I don't think she's going to do it.
I think if she gets the nomination, I think it'll be a real problem because regardless of what the Democratic Party thinks, the voters I think would definitely react
Hmm.
to
hmm
her getting a nomination. You got
well,
to think
the
about it,
older voters would react more to it.
but the thing is, the young vote is what really is gonna matter. That young,
Mhm.
that young, and you know what I'm saying, to our age, like the middle age vote is really what's gonna matter. Like, yeah, the old heads matter too, but I mean, it's our vote that's really gonna push this thing over. But I'm like I said, man, I'm not really. I don't know if I should say this on a podcast, but I'm not
Go
really
on,
down
Danville.
with it,
Danville, Danville. There's nothing wrong with that.
yo.
There's nothing wrong
I
with
mean,
that. I'm gonna say this.
if
Biden
the
hasn't
listeners
said
out there
anything
hate
for me
me,
yet.
y'all can hate me, man. But I don't know, man. I'm not really down with what Biden's doing. He's not, he's not doing anything. You know what I mean? So,
See, that's why with that Hassan Minaj special was talking about this,
Yes.
like how we're screwed either way.
yeah,
This
for
is
real.
this is just a boring fight we're about to watch,
Yep.
and once it's done, we're like, all right, so we have to wait till either
The,
4 or 8 more years to watch another thing that we could at least have hope for.
Yeah.
hmm
I mean, so it's gonna be crazy. And I don't know if y'all watched the whole thing. Did y'all see the part that were talking about how we're voting wrong?
hmm
Yeah.
That is
Yep.
Yeah,
true, Trev.
I thought
Trev,
that was amazing. Like what he was talking about there.
Trev. There's a lot. I'm telling you. You see where they redrew the lines. These are things that is very important. Where the district has changed,
Yeah,
right? These
yeah,
things are very important. The people who are being voted for in those small areas that nobody goes out and vote for. I'm telling you because I'm not going to say this to my in-laws, and I want to shout my mother-in-law out in this one. When it comes to the small politicians, she been calling my wife like, "Yo, bro, you need to go out and vote." And we're like, "Who? What is this cause?" Okay, so when you give me the name, I got to Google him to see if there's somebody's value I want to vote for, and that is sad
yeah,
because us, the people, don't know the small people around here whose decisions was really affecting us up in the office. We're not fighting that small battle. We're the battle. It's funny. It's like when you're cooking, a lot of people think that it's the end of the meal that where the outcome is, but it's where the first part of the meal starts. You know what I mean? And I would say it started with a clean kitchen.
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like everybody can. Don't get me wrong. A dirty kitchen can cook a very good food, but the process should start with a clean kitchen. And if we don't know what's going on from the beginning, right? How can we hope to affect the end? That is the craziest part about what's going on right now. That's
Yeah.
real.
That's what I'm telling you. Listen, if I could get this website or app idea down, get all the strategic parts cleared out. Like if we could get something where we could understand who we voting for,
Yes.
why, what they stand for, where to
Hmm.
go, what time to go, when is early voting, like the key stuff, not the non-biased parts. Like if we could just have a layout for that, that would, I already have visions. I could just sell that to Google later on. Let them deal with it in the future. Because I'm sorry, that's $1 billion idea.
And yeah, no,
Yeah.
Trevor, it is. Trevor, it is because it is real. I mean, for you to know, for you to have an idea, know. I have to say this: town hall meeting still goes on, and no one goes to a town hall meeting,
Yeah, because we don't know where, when, or where.
right? So how do we get small politicians to get more? I would say, Trevor, as you identify, interact with the people. You know what I mean? This Trevor, that idea should be one of the number one idea, especially in a country that's run by politicians majority of the time, because it's not really we the people, it's we the politicians. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
These things should is where a lot of funding should be going into. And I'm not talking about how they're talking about mail-in ballots. Mail-in ballots is a tough one. That's a very dangerous thing. But
Yeah.
you know what I mean? I don't want to even go there. That's a dangerous thing.
I
But
mean,
for us to get,
with the whole mail-in ballots, no, coronavirus is just out here right now. Like, what are we gonna do in November? We're gonna all crowd up in line again,
6 feet apart.
and that's gonna take forever to do.
so Trev, you see, I'm happy that you say that, and they're worrying about creating software to do it. I think they should have people vote by social. I mean, technically, your social security number. You're a law-abiding citizen. Your social security number, which should not be replicated, right? Should be a voting regimen. Your number should, if your number doesn't pop up twice. You feel what I'm saying? There's certain things you drive. If everybody is voting the same way, how you go in there and select that computer, you should be able to go in there and only be able to vote once. When you log in your driver's license number, your social security number, and you hit vote, you can't log back in.
Yeah,
It
but
can be done.
what needs to be used? They need to use the blockchain, like the
See,
same thing that cryptocurrency runs off of.
and you
They
go
need to use
down.
like something like that because what you need to do is basically take that transaction of the person voting for somebody and lock that down into one instance. So like let's say me and Trevor go to the voting booth at the same exact time and try to vote with our IDs. I
Yes,
probably could be able to get through. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
yes.
And make that vote. But if you have like something like the blockchain or some type of infrastructure in place that stops that with identity verification, we can definitely do
Hmm.
something like that. But this is the government you're talking about. It's not gonna happen
I
by
mean,
like
it,
I'm just being honest. Like it's not gonna happen by November. The government
yeah.
takes forever to roll anything out.
Oh yeah.
It's gonna be the problem.
and I mean, well, there's nothing wrong with it. I would just hope something gets rolled out that will make some form of a difference, and I would say I would hope so. That's
Yo,
just my personal opinion.
Because
let me ask,
even with the mail balance, that's gonna be a mess too.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Let me ask you a question. When it became wearing a mask became political.
Wait, it's political?
The way people are acting, like if you wear a mask, you're boosting up the democratic uh, product or whatever words you want to use. Their ideas, you want to follow their system,
Wow, that's
right?
crazy.
When I keep on hearing people up in Trader Joe's, all of
I
these
I did see it.
stores,
I saw
and
that clip, yo. That lady's crazy.
yeah,
He's,
and
he's
they're
talking about
acting like,
he's talking about Karens, Trev.
oh yeah, we're going there too. It's just I'm wondering how did me trying to protect me and my family from diseases that's out there, that's obviously out there, and you're saying that this is political push. Like I could have swore, wasn't it Trump who was first saying that uh, to wear a mask not too
Yeah,
long ago?
CDC, which has no party alignment, was
Yeah,
saying wear masks. Like,
yeah. I don't understand that. It was like,
uh,
why is this such a Reddit right now? Like, wow.
I
Yeah,
don't
and yeah, all the Karens is up in these stores.
know, losing
Like,
their minds. You can't,
yeah,
you can't tell them nothing. But I
nah,
mean, they're getting exposed for sure. They're losing their jobs, so I'm smiling every time I
yeah.
see one wild now. Like, oh, you just lost your job.
Yeah,
It's a wrap.
there was one that just happened in, well, I think North Orlando,
Oh,
and it
really?
was like, oh yeah, it was. I think it was it another Trader Joe's? I think, and yeah, when I heard that one, it was hilarious.
Wow. Yeah, man. It's interesting.
Yeah,
I saw this one lady. She had like pointed a gun at this lady for, and she basically almost hit the lady with her car, and
mm,
then got out of the car with a gun and started pointing at the lady like, and then she got arrested. Of course,
yeah,
they wilding out, man. Wilding
yeah.
out.
You all saw about that story that happened in, I forgot what city that is, but the protesters was going towards this mayor house.
Yeah, I think it
I
was. I think it was it Detroit. No, it wasn't Detroit. Where was it? Dang, I know what you're talking about though, Trev. Go ahead.
yeah, yeah. It's the protesters went into this gated community, broke down the gate. I believe, I'm not sure. Oh, unreal. Why did y'all do that? But
Yeah,
anyway, they were heading towards the mayor's house, to do a protest. But they went to no, they went past a house that had these two residents with AR in one hand and a little 22 in another,
yep,
pointing at the protesters. And like, you go online, you having these conversations, and people are saying, "Well, they should have never broke down the fence. They broke the law. They should."
true.
But dude, you're a death sentence for breaking down a fence
Yeah, she
because
was definitely had her finger on the trigger as well, which
yeah,
is
pointing at them.
insane. That is insane. Like you don't do that.
Anyone that knows gun laws is like, you don't point your gun at nobody. You keep your gun pointed down. Even the husband knew better. He put the gun down. But she
Oh
was
yeah, and
like going,
it was in St. Louis too.
oh, St. Louis. Okay, okay.
So Trevor saw the video. Video was crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Um, just to say the least, I would say this. I'm not saying that they were wrong. There's any wrong or right because they do have the right to defend their property in
mhm,
some sense. But in how they defended their property in that instant, there was no pre precaution. For somebody to technically to use your gun, if you're a gun owner, right, you have to be provoked, right? So
yeah,
for the fact that you technically already have your weapon out, right?
yeah,
Which is going to be, I mean, I'm trying to use the right word that a police officer used. But if it's called brandishing. If your gun is out
right.
brandishing, right, you're showing sign of aggression. It's like you're telling the other people that you're more aggressive than they are. So if someone broke your fence, they'll be like, hey, stop breaking my fence. And then they try to attack you. Then you run and get your gun. That's a different conversation. But they didn't allow that to happen. They they automatically, the instant they saw that, homie was like, well, that's what is going on. I'm gonna go get my gap.
mm,
You feel me? Because the husband did come out, and him and his lawyer went on Fox News, so he can try to explain his terminology on how he think the situation was, which I didn't think helped his cause. But to listen to what he was saying, at the end of the day, he felt he was trying to protect his property because his gate was damaged. But there are certain things, certain ways you can go about it. And now it brings a big conversation. The question is he should have called the police.
Yeah.
That should have been the first initial reaction. Wouldn't you think so?
Everyone's playing cowboy out here. Like I could do
Yeah,
it by myself. I'm the sheriff from my uh territory.
they got their guns and they're ready to use them.
Yeah. Yeah. They're just quick to say, "Yeah, I'll keep them back. Don't worry. I'll keep my officers safe. I'll handle them." But
And I'm in the sense that I don't understand the rhetoric behind the keep the officer safe standpoint, because at the end of the day, and this is my point, and I will keep pushing this point, is that a police officer will go home and change his uniform.
mhm.
You know what I mean? Like, a police officer can get fired from his job. A police officer can retire.
Yeah.
A
True.
person of color can't don't have no choice in any one of those matters. So it's not something you can change. You know what I mean? Not to keep preaching the same narrative to the choir, but it is what it is. So a lot of these things really do have to get changed. And I want to make sure before we do anything, before we jump anywhere else, I want to say, yo, Breonna Taylor, they
Hmm.
need to get that done. We ain't gonna stop on that.
What is it,
That's
like
just my personal
107
opinion.
days now? I think.
Yo, you feel what I'm saying, Trevor? And I want to
Yeah.
make sure Breonna Taylor, we still waiting for that.
Oh, yeah.
You know, like, please. And I always like to say this. I'm happy that I've heard a lot of different people speak. I
Yeah.
think that at this point we're slowly starting. As not saying we're too political, but as society, we're starting to get to a sweet median where a lot of people that I've spoken to lately, or I would like to say my people lately, about what's going on with the narrative of Black people.
Hmm.
I would like to say that I'm happy some people are getting it, and for the ones who don't get it, you just need to catch up. I'm begging you,
Yeah.
please, just catch up. And if it takes a little bit of mayonnaise, do it. Use your nice sauce and put some pepper in it. You feel
Yeah.
me?
I would even go as far as to say, a lot of we make fun of the Karens and stuff, but I would say it's actually the white women that have been, what I'm saying, coming to me and saying like, how can I be an ally? How can I help? You know
Yo,
what I mean?
unreal.
Like how like I don't understand what black people go through, but help me understand. You know what I mean? It's like, whoa, like you Asian or something? Like what's that up? You know what I'm saying? Like what's going on? But like it's real cool. It's really good and really comforting to see that other people that aren't black are reaching out and they're like, how can we help? How can we be ally? Like to make sure that they're not holding on to any biases or any doing any type of racial profiling in their lives. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So we're definitely hitting a shift. I think in just people's thinking and with everything that's going on.
Yeah.
All right. So, guys, is there anything else we need to touch on?
Come on,
Yeah.
man. Of course, there's something else we gotta touch on, yo.
Oh yeah.
That's
Go
the
ahead.
one.
The Kanye West music video.
There you go.
I didn't
Watch
see it yet.
watch this in the blood. Oh my lord. It's it's very interesting.
Yeah.
All right, now to do our breakdown,
I'm gonna
dog.
I'm gonna warn you. Okay, so it's like if this is like y'all remember this is America, right? The Childish
Yes.
Gambino video. It's like that, but even more raw.
It's
Hmm.
Like
that,
it's
but
raw,
even
raw.
more far.
It's
God.
more raw. And it's for and the thing I like about it is because it's for a purpose. So like basically, Kanye is saying like wash us in the blood, wash us in the blood of Jesus, and
Yeah.
he's basically doing like video clips of everything that's wrong, but he's focusing on black society. Like all the clips, it starts out with like this girl, she's twerking, then it goes to like some people fighting each other, like people like a street fight basically, like a hood fight. It's like just showing like chaos, like Grand Theft Auto's in there, like everything. He's basically showing like a 4 minute clip of everything that's wrong in our society, and as far as the black community, and like basically saying that like we need Jesus. Like it it was basically a prayer for all black people in America, basically.
Okay.
Just saying like we need the Holy Ghost, we need Jesus, we need you like now. You know what I mean? Like he showed somebody like he showed people like with the coronavirus that were like having breathing problems. Like it's very, very you gotta like be prepared to watch the video. But it's very traumatizing, I would say. Because you're like, whoa, oh my gosh, this is a lot, you know?
And I would
But
say Kanye is
it's
creative in
really dope.
his own
It's
space.
yeah, it's got very like the drums are heavy, like it's dope, but at the same time, like it charges you up because you like, especially as a Christian, because you know what our purpose is. So we know like we have a higher call and we have a hope for tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? I think
Yes.
as a non-Christian, you might look at it from a different lens, but as a Christian, I think it recharges you and brings out that hope. Like, yo, we can't do this on our own. We need Jesus. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
Because
we do.
like look at all the craziness going on in the world. It's like
Sure.
yo, we need God to like come now, like please come now, like today, please, like
Yeah. Yeah.
get us up out of here because this is crazy. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it gives you that type of feeling, and then of course he like mellows it out at the end where he like he's got his daughter on there. Then they break out into like a gospel song. It's like pretty cool. But he's got an album coming out called God's Country, man, and I like what he's doing because all I see is black people. You know what I'm saying? Like you already know I'm about that. I'm already about that. So
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be dope.
Okay.
I mean, I'm happy that Kanye is doing something spiritual for the people. I
Yeah.
mean, especially in dark times, people need spirituality in any form or shape. I mean, I think me and my wife talk about different type of spirituality, and sometimes if that's what it takes to get some people to the Lord, because I do see people going out to them on Sunday service before coronavirus, so it was giving people some conversation to God, and as long as there's that's where the main goal and path is leading to that. You know, what I mean, he will continue on that journey. So I'm happy in that sense.
Yeah.
I really am. I mean, I'm happy for Kanye. I know Kanye, him and Kim Kardashian is officially a billionaire right now. I mean, so God has truly been blessing them.
Oh
Right.
You know
yeah.
what I mean? In their own endeavors. I'm happy for them, bro.
Yeah, man. It's good. And Kanye's got a bunch of stuff coming out. I think at the end of this month he's launching a new website for his Yeezy clothing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So it's got a whole bunch of cool stuff where like you can actually try the clothes on. Like you can put your clothes on avatars and like all types of crazy stuff. It's pretty cool. And then he's also coming out with these other shoes that are even lower because he's been slowly, like you said, he's been slowly knocking down the price on his shoes as he's able to grow the business. So I think now this new shoe that's coming out is actually going to be $75. So
What?
yeah, so it'll be interesting to see, that drop. And he's also got the clothing line coming out with the Gap, and it's
Yeah.
supposed to be at a
Yeah.
lower price point as well. So
Well,
I mean,
Donville,
he's saying what he's gonna
that's
do.
not Gap. I don't wear Gap.
Oh, yo, I've been wore the Gap, man. The Gap's got some cool clothes, man.
I
And
know.
are they like affordable too?
Donville, I'm gonna give you a little story.
I know
When,
about the GAP.
yes, dog. So I stay away from it. I'm sorry.
Man,
I'm
that's a setup,
saying.
yo. I've been wearing Gap since I was like 7 years old. I'm good.
Hey, I know Donville's proud, dog. Ain't nothing wrong with you. Good. I believe you.
You a trip.
But
That
yo,
is crazy.
I gotta ask y'all advice on this situation that happened in my neighborhood though.
Go on,
Yeah.
Trev.
What happened?
So this happened well maybe like 2 weeks ago. Tati wanted to go out for a run in the morning,
Right?
so I didn't. So I didn't go, and she left. Right, so it was like a good 2 hours. Right now she come back. Um, or she didn't even come back yet. She called me and saying, "Hey, look outside! Look outside!" You know how us black people do when we see something, and we gotta make sure everyone else sees it, so we
Like,
don't.
dog, he's now, Trevor.
Yeah. So I got out my bed and I look out the window, and this couple was arguing outside, right?
Man,
And what happened was my wife was walking towards the house, but she had her headphones on, so she didn't even notice it was popping off. Then she just got like maybe a good 6 feet,
What?
no, not even six, maybe 12 feet away, and like, oh crap, they're arguing right in front of me. Give me this, I'm gonna walk back. Give me just get them this space, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's when she called me, and when I got up, I quickly wiped the sleep out my eye. I'm like, okay, I see them outside arguing. They were she the lady was trying to get the guy into the car to get into the driver's seat. Uh, so he's slowly walking towards the driver's seat, and I'm I'm squinting a little bit because I'm like, something's in her. God bless you. uh, something's in her hand, right? I'm like, okay, something's in her hand, right? And she once he got into the driver's seat and she got into the passenger, I noticed it was a gun.
Oh, oh my gosh.
Yeah, yeah, like it was a gun. And I was like, hey, she got a gun. I make sure I told Tati that, like, yo, I think
Doc.
she got a gun. Then he noticed the gun.
Oh my
And
god.
he jumped out the car, and you know that kind of scream that we do like when we like have a fear of our lives. Like
Wow.
she the way this woman turned around was like it was in a movie. You remember the Wanted movie?
Yeah.
When them bullets was like bending like in midair.
Yeah.
This girl turned out the car, pointed a gun, popped it. Right?
What?
Yeah, popped
Yo.
like missed him. No, it missed him. He ran through behind another house. Then he kept going. Right. Uh, I'm I'm quickly on the phone like with Tati like, hey, yo, they're shooting, they're shooting. She took off running the opposite way. So she's gone. Right. And I'm like, yo, let me get to the car. I'm gonna try to pick her up around the corner or somewhat, right? I'm gonna make sure she's safe. The girl got into the driver's seat of their car and went after him, right? She went looking for the man, right? Uh, I'm just made sure, or Tati, I stayed on the phone with her, picked her up, got in the car, then we went around out the neighborhood for a little bit because we just didn't want to act like, hey, we were witness to anything. I want to make sure they're not coming directly after us, right? I ain't see the guy.
So you ain't called 911?
See, here's the conversation here.
Sure, that sounds like Latino, dog.
No, I know I'm wrong for not calling. I know that, but the reason why I didn't call, because in that household, it's a bunch of little kids inside that little household, right? And the woman was going back into the house, and I wanted to, if I was gonna call, I was so scared that the cops gonna say, "Oh, she got a weapon."
Yeah,
they're gonna go straight in there and just unload because they've done it so much other times. So I was more scared of that happening, right? That's why I didn't call the cops. But and a little fast forward because it looks like it's a good thing I didn't get involved. Uh, I'm outside just about to head indoors in the garage. I noticed a car that the guy that was took off running was coming out the house, and the woman was going coming out the house right behind him like it was nothing happened. It's almost like, hey, that was just a Sunday, that it was just a regular thing. Not about to get their cars.
No,
the kids
not
are
in my neighborhood.
I wish it wasn't. I wish it wasn't in this.
Can't be my neighbor. No, I'm good on that. Like, nah, y'all gotta get up out of here.
Yeah.
Hell no, I'm calling the cops.
Trevor.
I mean, they got into their car and act like it was nothing new. Like they're lovey dory, they forgave. So I'm like, yo, what was that for? We was ruined to end this man's life.
to shoot.
Trev,
Like that's a
no,
straight. That could
Trev,
have
hold on,
shot
stop,
somebody.
stop, Trev.
Yeah.
It's not just his life because then she can't account for where the bullet goes
Exactly.
and who it can hurt. So I'm gonna say this for the and if it was something like she was getting beat and something like that and she was
Yeah, some kind of
protecting
self-defense.
herself, there's something different. They would have, Donovan, I'm not condoning, but you feel what I'm saying? If she was like fear for her life and she was getting hurt, I would understand. But if it's some foolishness right there, no, and Trev, that is a lot. Because at that moment, she fired that shot, Tati's outside, Tati's life is now at risk.
Exactly.
You feel what I'm saying? Like, you don't know, your bullet ain't got no name on it, cuz it's not the bullet's gonna be like, oh my god, is that Tati? My dog, I'm gonna just duck. I got you.
dodge you.
Yeah, you feel what I'm saying? I'm just gonna miss you. Like, nah, you put Tati at risk a little while ago. Go suck, dog. Low key, I want to go over there. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah,
that's a different thing, that we don't play that around here.
I gotta edit all this now.
Yeah.
Yo,
that's crazy, man.
I mean, I don't understand. Like, what? I was just sitting there thinking of scenarios. Like, why would you even think of doing that? Like, did the man cheat on you or something? Did he just come up with another baby moms or something? Like,
when you tell me a story, I'm like, yo, this girl's about to spend a couple years in jail. Like, did she even realize what she did? Like, what she did was a crime.
Yo, Trev,
years in jail.
Trev, that's 20 years, cuz.
Yeah,
that's easy. Yeah,
that's attempted murder.
Yeah.
That's 20. It's a guaranteed 20. She pulled it and fired. It's 20. She can't avoid that.
That's wild.
Man, I remember like right before too. Also, now I just remember he was yelling out, "Man, you always on that S. Man, you always on that S." So I was like, "So she does this often?
She always does that, bruh. Run. You should keep running."
Trev, you need to talk to your landlord. Like, guys, I feel a little bit unsafe in the neighborhood.
For real. That's crazy.
You know what I mean? Trev, that is crazy, cuz.
Yeah, it was. It was something to see. Then, like, you kept on the woman, like, also what happened that same morning. Like, when she was looking for him, she didn't find him, right? She parked the car, like, to the back of the house for some reason. Like, she was trying to hide the car so when he comes back, he won't know that she's at home or something. Because she was ready for that man. But then, oh yeah. But then you see, weeks later, they're outside, like it was nothing. Like they're just getting to the car, getting the kids into the car, taking off.
Gosh,
I'm like,
I'm looking at both of them sideways, man.
Yeah.
Crazy.
That is crazy, cuz.
Oh boy, crazy world we live in.
Trev, can we play the game? Since we're gonna edit it and fix this part.
All right.
Let's guess what race it is.
What do you think? Guess what other race does this? I'm sorry to say, but what other race does this?
Is it Latino?
Nah, they would have knives. I say it had to be a white girl and a black guy.
Nah, it's not that, but it's both black. It's both black.
Dang.
Yeah.
Wow. Trev, that is sad. And it's not even like you want to talk to homie. Like, I'm gonna tell you something, Trev. And I wanted to pre this conversation. If Lamoy was home and he had his baby anywhere outside, he would have wanted to respond a little bit different.
Oh yeah. You know he would have.
Yeah, that would be a big problem.
That would have been a very, very big problem. Stuff like that. You feel what I'm saying? And it just shows that this is the reason why not everybody should have a gun, cuz.
Yeah, there should be some thorough background checks.
Yeah.
It's not even background checks because some people just don't have the opportunity to do something stupid. That's why they don't do it.
Yeah.
You know,
mental health evaluations, all types of stuff.
You feel what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna need you to go through this machine so we can test your psyche, dog. You remember Men in Black? when Will Smith had to figure who the aliens was.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm gonna need something like that.
Like,
real.
why you
Trev,
shot?
that is crazy. Trev, I'm gonna say this first and foremost. In God we trust. I'm happy, Tati. It was safe. I'm happy you were safe.
Yes.
That's a extremely Trev, dangerous situation for you to be a part of. You know what I mean? Like low key, I wouldn't even. Not to curse, but I mean you're gonna edit me right now. Like I can't fuck with them peoples because I would see them people like they wouldn't even get the heads up from me. I just keep it pushing.
Yeah, I would have called the cops. I'm like, y'all got to get up out of
You know
here. Bump that. I'm sorry. At that point, I'll be like, I don't care what the cops do to y'all. Y'all got to
Yo,
get
no,
the hell
yo,
out of my
Donville, and
neighborhood.
that's real because I'm fearing for my life now.
Yeah, like
Because
y'all just can't be doing that on the regular across the street from me. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
this is my home. This is supposed to be my sanctuary. I've come here.
No,
I'm supposed to wave at you and smile and say, "Hey, how you doing? Doing good? All right, let me go in my house." Like, no, I don't need to be. Nah, I don't need to see Jerry Springer, live
Donville,
PD
that ain't Jerry
unfold
Springer, cuz. That
in
ain't Jerry
front of
Springer.
my.
That's a Wild Wild West.
Yeah, I don't need to see the Wild Wild West unfold in front of my, house. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Wild,
Jerry
man.
Springer, there been some clothes ripping off and somebody running across the street.
Oh,
But
attempted
when the
murder.
gunshots start firing, it's something different, boy.
Yo, I could even just waving the weapon around is crazy. But you
Yeah.
shoot? That's insane. Like, wow, like
I'm telling you, like the guy didn't know that gun was there until he sat in the driver's seat. Because I saw it and it looked like she been, trying to hide it on the side. Then
oh.
he got into the driver's seat and then she must have put it on her lap and he saw it and took off.
I'm like, what could he have done?
That's the question. I'm thinking he must have cheated. He must have he got to be cheated because if it was like another baby out there, I think she would have went like even more heated.
Yeah.
But I think he must have been caught up, or if it was smaller, I can't even rate it because he can't say if it's smaller than that. Then no,
Yeah.
it's crazy either way. Like
Wow.
it shouldn't have gone like that. Hey, beat him up, slap him in his face, like
Yeah.
beat him.
About to kill somebody?
Yeah, but to
What you thinking?
threaten your life, because I always, and still to this day, I'm to wonder there's no way that we're the only ones that was like hearing it.
Yeah,
Trev,
because
Trev, you've been to the range because you know our gunshots sound like that.
yeah.
You let one off, neighbors hearing that.
Yeah. Especially
And I
in
guarantee
daylight.
they didn't go pick up the shell.
But it's also people could have thought it was fireworks, but who knows, right? Because
Man,
you hear the pop. Yeah, you just hear the pop go off. I'm like, oh,
that's crazy.
yeah.
Yo, all right, so guys, we need to draw a positive thought on the night. Stuff
Yeah,
like
man, it's been a heavy episode. I'm over here just, oh my God.
Yo,
what's
for
going
real.
on? I gotta hold my blanket and everything.
Yeah.
Yo, all right. So now, if you want me to go away with it,
Man, go with it, man. We need it.
So, all right, guys, positive thought of the week. Yo, I mean, Donald is grabbing his blanket. I mean, we all got places that we look for security or things that we hold security in. Your house, your home. I mean, places with your loved ones is supposed to be where you turn to when you feel like you're in danger. If you have to go home and face danger, it's never a place to be. So, guys, I want to say, please be safe out there. You know what I mean? Not to tell you to be your brother's keeper, but sometimes if you got to keep that one eye open on your neighbor, please do. One Pop Podcast. We out.
We out.
Bruh.